Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Vizion, aka Sun, and welcome back to another video. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be honest. I sat here for 12 minutes talking, and the mic didn't sound right. So I have to redo this video. For some reason, the mic just did not work right, and that's okay. That's fine. That's completely fine. But in today's video, we're going to be talking about being in the middle of your old self and your new self. I feel like a lot of people is going through an awakening. Either they're going through an awakening or they're already on their journey. And so whether it's spiritual, physical, no matter what your journey is, because everybody's journey is different, but no matter what path you're on in life, you're always gonna have to grow. Universe sends everybody growth. Within life, you have to grow. It's a non-negotiable. And so what I've been going through, my last video I made about isolation. What I've been going through recently is being in the middle of my old self and my new self. The best thing to do is search within. The best thing to do is search within. And so, with that being said, being in the middle of your old self and your new self is complicated because you still cling to old past ways, whether that may be addiction, whether that may be entertainment. It could really be anything. It could really be anything holding you back from really being a part of your new identity. And so that's really the complicated part, is figuring it out. Because when you're in the middle of something, especially like that, you don't really comprehend what's going on unless you're truly conscious. And it's hard to be truly conscious all the time. It's hard. It really is hard. So what happens is you still cling to the past ways, but your new self, fully enlightened on a different path, indulging in different habits, they start to clash. And it's like a mental warfare. They start to clash together. And it's like they fight each other. And so truly, in this case, one has to exist without the other because you're going through your past ways and your new ways. I'm gonna explain it the best I can. Again, I just went through that whole video explaining everything and it didn't come out properly. I'm a little salty about that, but we're gonna move on. I'm gonna say my experience, and this is what I've been going through for a couple of days. But my new self is very driven, has a lot of qualities I absolutely love. Has a lot of qualities, like exercising every day, doing mental work, meditation, breathing properly, focusing on eating healthier, being more active. It's like, I don't even know how to explain it. My new self, this new self is my desired self, and I'm reaching it. But to truly be a part of that new identity, that new self, that higher consciousness, you have to get rid of your past ways. That can be people, that can be an object, It could be so many things. You just have to identify. You have to identify what's going on. You have to identify what's putting up these blockages. One thing that helped me, or that is helping me now get closer to this new identity, is two things, right? Step one, you have to identify all your old habits, all your old addictions, all your past ways, your past mindsets, or your past mindset. The way you perceive the world, all of this has to change. Now, not to overwhelm you, you know, it depends on how fast. It depends on how fast you're meant to grasp all this stuff, because this happened within a few days for me, but it's not going to be the same for everybody. Everybody's journey is different. So one thing I like to do right here, right? Always keep a journal. See that? That journal right there. This has helped me through so many things. My last journal has helped me through so many things. But one thing I realized is when you have a journal, you can write down the things that's in your way, the obstacles that's blocking you, the certain views that's blocking you from being your higher self. So step one, write it down. One thing I absolutely love about journals is when you go to write things down, it's like your brain automatically like starts coming up with all these different ideas on, well, could it be this, could it be that, could it be, like, it just flows so effortlessly. All your thoughts just flow onto the paper so effortlessly, and that's why I love it, because you should always search within. Don't search without, don't search in any other people, search within yourself. You always have the answers. And one good way is journaling. Now, okay, so that was step one. That was step one. Step two, and there's two ways to do this, right? So the first way I'd say is to slowly push out all the bad things, all the bad habits that you have going on. Slowly push it out. It's gonna take time, but slowly push it out. Write down the triggers. Write down your triggers that's affecting you. You know, why do you keep going back to eat this cake, eat this cookie, this snack, these, you know, chips and all that? Why do you keep going back when you know for a fact that your higher self, okay, that's number one. Your new self, that's number two. You know that this no longer serves you, but you keep going back to it. That's because you keep getting the trigger. So you have to write down those triggers. You have to figure out what's stopping you. You know, write down your triggers and all that. Once you have that down, you've identified that. Now you're a step closer. So that's what I was saying. Either slowly push it out, or one thing I like to do is, for example, right? Identify your new self with something, okay? Identify your new self with something. And this is an example. Say, for instance, these beads right here, these beads that I have on me, right? Every single time I put those beads on, my new self is activated, right? Makes me want to be more conscious, makes me want to eat healthy, makes me want to, you know what I'm saying, do whatever it is that I desire for my higher purpose, my higher self. It gets activated. So whether that may be a shirt, it may be some necklaces, it could be anything. But just realize with this method, you know, this method works And you know, it may take practice if you got some blockages going on within your chakras, but it's a very good way to ease yourself without the stress of going through the cycle over and over again. That's kind of why I like it. But where a lot of people go wrong is they truly put their new identity within this object. So whatever that may be, when they don't have it on, they go back to their past ways, to their old habits. That's not good. So it's an aid. All this is meant to do is aid you in the process of getting further and putting all those past things behind you. That's what it's meant to do. So after a little while, you know, you've been putting on this object, you've been practicing, you've been going through all your new habits, identifying with your new self a lot more, that you forgot about the past ways, because you no longer do it and no longer serves you, and you see that now. And so it becomes out of sight, out of mind. No longer serves you anymore. But that's a way I like to do that. It helps a lot. And then finally, step 3. So you've written it down. You've written your triggers, your blockages, all that. You've shed some light on all your past things that you're dealing with, all the issues that you've been going through. You've now shed light on it. You've put your past ways behind. It may still pop up from time to time, but it's a journey for a reason. Keep writing down your triggers. Keep getting past it further and further and further. And step 3, you've made it. You're your true new self now. You no longer cling to those past things that no longer serve you. Whatever that may be. It's more complex and hard when it comes to a person, but sometimes you gotta get rid of things that no longer serve you. And it'll hurt, but you have the power to control your life when it comes to the actions that you can do and the actions that you can take to become the better you. Everybody has the power to be great. Everybody does, and I see it in absolutely every person. I see the great potential within everyone. Now, I thank you all so much for watching this video. I did go a little bit over the time. I guess me repeating that video was a blessing in disguise. But again, my name is Zion, aka Sun. I thank you all for watching. I appreciate you all so much. It brings me so much joy to know that the information, the knowledge and wisdom that's been bestowed upon me from Spirit, I can turn around, share my message, and help all sorts of people. So I'd like to thank every single person that has been watching, that has been focusing on their life, wanting to improve in their life, because majority of people in this world are not doing that. So you're indifferent. Just by that means alone, you're great. Love, light, peace, blessings, prosperity. I thank you all so much for watching, and you have an amazing day.